Alright guys, you see me just pull in the driveway with the camper. It is finally complete, so let's take a tour. Alright, so let's start out with the basics. If you haven't followed this build as I've taken videos along, this is 10 feet long, 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide. It is slightly bigger than your typical Teardrop or Squaredrop camper would be, and there's reasons for that. I'll show you that in a minute. Another thing that makes this camper unique from other ones is that it's built to go on and off my utility trailer. It is not permanently affixed to this trailer. I will have to do a separate video to show you guys how I get it on and off, but essentially I have the camper pod built on 2 skids, and I'm able to use a winch on an ATV to pull it on and off, and then it parks on blocks wherever I put it at, some wood cribbing or something. So that's the gist of it. Additionally, somewhat unique is the exterior is finished with bed liner. I finished it with Raptor liner, and I guess that's probably the most things that set it apart from other campers. Now let's take a quick look at some of the features. So first things first, when I watched some other YouTube videos and did some research on these campers before I built mine, one of the comments that I saw was get as big of a door as you can, because if you're loading gear in and out of there, or just yourself in and out of there, the bigger the door the better. So I bought 36 tall, 30 wide. Doors are from Vintage Technologies. I'll put a link in the description of this video for those guys. But these are insulated doors with a window in them. They have an integrated latch and a deadbolt, which was really nice. I bought 2 doors, and then the back hatch, they all have the same key. So very convenient. Additionally, I purchased the windows from Vintage Technologies also, and the back hatch door, which I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so now I'm going to have my wife, who's videoing for us actually, is going to come in here and show you guys this. I'm going to walk around to the other door and speak from the other side. So give me just a second. So having doors on both sides was one of our intentions on purpose. Some campers have just one door, but sleeping side by side, if one of us has to get out, it just makes access a lot easier. So we added the expense of the second door. As you look in here, she's showing you the mattress that we've placed in here. This is a 6-inch thick memory foam mattress. It's a tri-fold mattress, and the interior of this cabin area is all finished with plywood exterior, and then 3/4 of an inch of foam board, followed by the sides have a 1/4 inch plywood finish, and then the top, I actually took 1x4 pine boards and made it look like tongue and groove. It's not actually tongue and groove. I tried to save a little bit of cost. You can see in the video we've got lighting, LED lights that come on and off. I have a powered vent fan. I have 110-volt receptacles for when we're on shore power. I have some shelves for maybe a bottle of water or charging your phone. And when we come around here to the front, you'll see a shelf on the top that's permanently fixed in here, pretty heavy duty. I found that you can use the edge of this shelf to brace yourself to get in and out of the camper, so that's kind of nice. I have additional 110-volt receptacles in the front, and I have plenty of hooks for gear or clothing, hats, whatever we want to put in there. Now I'll show you I'll set my shoes off here and I'll show you guys the mattress. Being a 10-foot long camper, I have 7 feet, over 7 feet in the cabin area, so it's quite spacious compared to most Teardrop campers. And I'm going to show you right now why we did it this way. So you can see in the front I have room to put some shoes or whatever, just to have some gear up here. The tri-fold mattress is able to fold up, if I get the suction out of it, like so, and tuck this under, and this tri-fold mattress becomes a pretty quick and easy couch. So during the day or during transit, if we wanted to keep some additional gear in the front. So we all know when we go camping, we have extra gear. We have camp chairs, we have cook stoves, all kinds of stuff that we want to bring with us. This gives me a really large area right here to put all that stuff and keep it dry. And while we're camping, this gives me a couch area to be able to sit, change clothes, put on shoes, maybe dry off. So it worked out exactly how we wanted it to work out. Now, one last thing that I'll point out is the finish in the bottom. I kept this camper as simple as possible because of maintenance and cost. So I do have a piece of carpet in here, but it is just sitting here. So the bottom has a plywood exterior, then foam board, and then this plywood floor. And then sitting on that is a piece of indoor-outdoor carpet. A couple reasons: I can take this out and clean it quite easily. And if this deteriorates over the years, we can easily replace it. All right, so before I come outside of the camper again, I just wanted to show you this trifold mattress. Pretty slick. It's a memory foam. And when I originally built the cabin area of this, I sized it for a queen size mattress. And the queen size that I purchased, it fit in here, but it was a tight fit. And I wanted this to fit a little bit loose so that we could easily fold it up inside of here and use it as a couch. So we actually returned the queen size. We bought the full size, and I couldn't be happier. I think I got an inch or so on each side of room. It allows me to maneuver this. The mattress itself came with a carry case. So there's actually a case for this thing if I want to pack it up and store it, if I ever want to do that. The other thing that I didn't show you a second ago was the storage compartment. So this will lead me into showing you the back galley, but for now, I have a inside the cabin storage compartment that goes 2 feet deep. It's a foot tall, and it's the full width of the camper wide. Some of my wiring is hidden in the corners, but for the most part, blankets, pillows, clothes, extra shoes, whatever we decide to put in here, it's a really quick and easy place to get it out of the way and close this door while we're camping. All right, coming to the back, I have another door from Vintage Technologies. Now I decided to purchase this door instead of build mine. That was a kind of a cost consideration. I had a door designed that I thought would work, and I priced out all the pieces, and it was pretty comparable to just buy this door. So again, it's an insulated door, but this part of the camper is not actually insulated. So this is more for storage. Now your typical Teardrop will have a kitchen-based galley back here. Some of them have sinks and cabinets, and they're really fancy and nice. This one is intended to be more storage for us. There is a light underneath here, so at nighttime this light would shine in the entire area. You'll be able to see the same type of light that I have in the cab area. I integrated a dorm style refrigerator. Pardon me, there's a block in there to keep it from holding moisture. But there's plenty of room in the refrigerator. Now this will obviously run off of 110, not the 12 volt power. So we need shore power to run this, but most of the camping that we do is at state parks in Michigan anyway, and we have shore power everywhere we go. A quick bungee cord to hold the door in place. I did screw this down so it doesn't move. The first time I took it for a ride, it kind of fell off the shelf. I have storage room for plenty of propane bottles that we would use for our cook stove, which apparently has a tight fit in there. But we got our cook stove here. We've got plenty of room for a full-size cooler on this side if we want to take it. So we can put some bins in here, pails, a cooler, whatever we want to put in here. There's nothing in this one, but I have it here to show you the size. We like to take a couple of pails with us. This one has some other things to be able to show. There's some matches in here. Tablecloths for the tables at the campground. I have a storage bin here. It doesn't have anything in it now, but this would be for, I don't know, paper plates, silverware, plastic silverware, cooking utensils, whatever we can fit in here. Also bolted down so it's not going to shift during transit. All of my utilities, I'll show you the plug-in in a minute, but all of my utilities come up this corner. You can see a few cords in the back. They come up and I hide them with this little piece of 1/4-inch plywood. But the way this is powered, I have one 10-volt coming in to a surge protector power strip, and all of my receptacles and my refrigerator and that stuff all operate off of that surge protector. Additionally, I have a transformer that plugs into that surge protector that transforms my 110 power down to 12-volt power. 12-volt power feeds a small distribution block with some fuses, and then that turns around and goes to all of my light circuits. So I'll have lights inside, lights outside, and the fan. So before we keep going around, I want to show you where the power plugs in. It's very simple. Instead of using an RV twist lock style, I purchased the style that you can use just a regular plain extension cord, easy to find. If we end up out somewhere and I forgot my extension cord, pretty much buy one of those at any hardware or any store almost. So I did put in some exterior receptacles to the outside. I do have a porch light on each side, and I put one of these Smittybilt awnings on each side. At the end of this video, I'll throw a clip in there showing you how these things go up. They're pretty slick. Coming to the front of the trailer, in the front of the camper, I've added a toolbox here. The purpose of the toolbox is just to hold, I have some wheel chocks in here, some extra string. You know, maybe this is where our extension cord goes. I do throw, I throw a level in here. And what I can do with this level is put the level on the side, and then I can adjust my level of the camper front to back there. Side to side, we would use just a little bit of dirt, take it away from each side. So we'd use the 2 tires and the tongue jack to level us out. Now I did not put additional jack stands or, you know, leveling stands or any of that on here. I just didn't think it was necessary for us, for what we're using. A lot of campers have that, and it's pretty slick. For us, just decided to leave that off. Okay, so now I want to explain to you guys how this is attached to the trailer. The ones that I've seen online where they put a camper that would go onto a trailer, they end up screwing lag bolts through the bottom into the bottom of the camper. So mine, I chose not to do that. This camper sits on 2 4x6s, one on this side and one on that side. And that allows it to almost act like skids on and off this trailer. If you come over here, you'll see I have a hole drilled through the 2x6 or 4x6, and a piece of cable that goes through the other side, comes underneath here. If you get underneath, you'll be able to see on this side, there's a turnbuckle. You have to move your camera over here. But you can see the turnbuckles right here, and that basically tightens this cable down. There's one of these setups in the front and one of them in the back. And that's what holds this camper onto this trailer. And what that does, it keeps me from having to put a whole bunch of extra holes in the deck of the trailer, and it keeps me from having to have it in the exact same position every single time. So Monica and I are going to show you right now how easy it is to set up one of these Smittybilt tents, or awnings I guess it would be. So watch this.
So this piece of video is going to run at 2 times normal speed in an effort to save some time. I've seen several YouTube videos that claim that you could set this type of awning up in 30 seconds by yourself. And I've watched the videos, and guys are pretty good at it, but I'm not going to say 30 seconds, but in just a minute or two, you can set this thing up. It's very sturdy, and you can adjust the ends there for whatever height or elevation you want. And it seems to go on pretty easy. It seems to ride well, and we're very pleased with it on the side of our camper. And I'm actually glad that we put one on each side also.
So you can see this goes up actually pretty quickly. Now, I just have it sitting here on the poles, and if you caught in the video real quick there, when I extended this pole, the bottom of it actually came out. There is a twist lock mechanism in there. All you gotta do is stick it back up in there and tighten it up, and it'll basically tighten wherever you want it to. The corners of this have some strings on here, and when you buy one of these, they come with an additional string that goes down with a tent stake. So you would pull these corners down and secure them to the ground, and that, you know, if you did get any wind, it would keep it from pulling this up. And one thing that I did read on these, if you know you're going to have a lot of rain, you should probably lower one side, so all that rain wants to come off of one corner instead of building up somewhere in the center there and wanting to pull it all in. I think it would be okay as long as you had enough of an angle away from your camper, but dropping one corner will force all that rain to come down to this one side. Well, there you have it. That's the summary of my, I call it the Squaredrop camper pod build. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on this build, leave me a note in the comments, and I check my comments quite often, and I'll get back with you. I guess that's it.
Time to go camping.
Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.